layers, weight, bias, activation. All the major components of a neural network we will try to understand in this video with the help of a simple data. Okay. Welcome to Unfold Data Science. My name is Aman and I am a data scientist. Let us start the discussion. Now, in all these terms, we have to understand what is their significance when we relate these with the real world. So, I was discussing in my last video, neural network has something known as neurons. So, what is neuron? Neuron is nothing but a basic building block of a human brain, which is responsible for communicating within the brain that what is happening throughout the body. Okay. Now, this is neuron 1 and this is neuron 2. Then there has to be a communication between these two neurons so that we get our intelligence or we get what we have to do. Okay. What is the job of artificial neural network? The job is to mimic the behavior of human brain. So we create something known as artificial neurons and we try to create a system in which these artificial neurons can communicate with each other. Now, talking about the layers of neural network, there are different layers if you take an example of any real world happenings. So, let me take an example of an ice cube. Okay, I take an ice cube and I put it on your skin here. So, what happens? You feel cold. But before feeling cold, the reception happens. Okay, the reception happens. Your skin receives that coldness. So, very first thing that happens is input. Okay, that input is happening. And then there are some neurons in your mind which tells you that, you are feeling cold at this place. So, some functions or something are happening here. This in the language of neural network is known as hidden layers. Okay, and once you get the feeling that you are feeling cold, that is the output. So, you feel cold. That particular step is called output. Similar to this, in artificial neural network, there are different layers. One is called input layer. In between, there are different hidden layers responsible for processing, and towards the end, we have something called as an output layer. Let us try to understand with the help of this data. So, let us say this data is some HR has given you this data and they want you to train a model. Your model should tomorrow take the three independent variable as input, which are age, tenure and salary, and tell that whether somebody will leave or not leave the organization. Okay. So, how many input features we have? That will go in the input layer. So, we have three input features in this data. 1, 2, 3. So, this input feature and this input feature and this input feature will take age, tenure and salary respectively. Okay. So, let us give age here. Let us give salary here and let us give tenure here. Okay. Now, from your common business understanding, you will know that age, salary and tenure are not equally responsible for someone to take a decision that whether he or she wants to stay or leave the organization, right? So, I want to give more weightage to salary from my business understanding. So, what will happen is I will assign some weights here. Okay. To salary, I am assigning weight 0.8. To age, I am assigning 0.6. And to tenure, I am saying 0.4. Just some random weights I am assigning. There is a separate, a discussion on how to assign the weights. I will create a video on that going forward. These are the weights in the beginning that I am assigning to age, salary and tenure. Okay. Now, these inputs will get multiplied with these weights and will go to the neuron. So, in hidden layer, we will have, let us say for example, 3 or 4 neurons, right? And all these individual input nodes will get connected to all these neurons. So, I am connecting these 3 to this neuron. Similarly, this will get connected to these as well. Just to keep the picture simple, I am connecting to one hidden layer neuron only. Okay. Now, what will go as input to here is nothing but, this is the step 1 of a artificial neural network. What will go to input here is nothing but summation of Wixi. What is the meaning of this? all the weights multiplied by the respective values of the input features. So if you take the first row of the data, what will be WIXI? Age value is 24. So 24 into 0.6 plus, right? Salary is 0.8 weight. What is the salary value? 80. 0.8 into 80 plus. What is the tenure? 0.4. What is the tenure there? 1. 1 into 0.4. Now whatever the result here, this plus a bias term. Now what is a bias term? A bias term you can understand from the equation of y is equal to mx plus c. In the equation y is equal to mx plus c of a straight line, if the c is 0, then this line always passes through the origin. But that does not happen most of the times in real world. So what we do? We just put a c here to make the line more flexible. Similarly, in our case, WIXI and one more initial bias is added to add more flexibility to the model. So let us say this is bias term. Okay. Now this bias will also get added to the next hidden layer's first neuron. So these things plus a bias term. Let us say bias term is 0.1. Now whatever the calculation here happens, this goes as an input to this neuron. Okay. What happens here when this neuron receives an input? Then what happens here? So if you take the example of our, when we put ice, it feels cold. So there is a communication between the neuron that I am feeling cold. So what is happening inside this neuron? Inside this neuron, there is a concept of activation functions. Okay, activation function. What is activation function? Activation functions are nothing but you can think it simply a function. What is the role of a function? A function just takes an input and gives an output. Similarly, an activation function takes an input and gives an output. I have created a video on activation functions. The link you can see here. You can refer to that video for knowing about what are the different activation functions used in machine learning and deep learning. Now, whatever, let's say for simplicity, this number is 0.67. I am just writing a random number here, 0.67. So this 0.67 will pass through the activation function here. Let us say the activation function is of the form fx is equal to 1 by 1 plus e to the power minus x. So in this function, e to the power minus x, this x will be this 0.67. And then the output goes to the next layer. So where is my next layer? Here. It has been mixed with the values. Let us say this is my next layer. So it goes here. Similarly, outputs from here, outputs from here and outputs from here will go to the output layer. And then if it is a classification problem as in our case, then the classifications are made based on some threshold value here. Okay. Remember guys, all these neurons will get connected to every neuron in the next layer. So this will get connected to here, here, here as well as here. Similarly for other neurons as well. So we have discussed about different layers. This is the input layer which receives input. In our case, the skin was receiving the input. This is the hidden layer which applies an activation function. So activation function is, what the neuron does internally. So in this case, this is the activation function. The next thing is assigning different weights to different input feature based on your business understanding. So I am assigning different weights, and bias term is added to give more flexibility to the neural network. Okay, these are about those 4 important things. Now to summarize what we have discussed throughout this video, there are mainly 2 things that happens. Step 1 is, let's say z is equal to summation of wi xi plus b. These are weights and these are input values. This is the bias term. And in step 2, an activation function will be applied on z, which goes as input to the next layer. Okay, so this is how a feed forward mechanism of neural network work. Now there is something else. We have assigned some weight in the beginning, but we do not know whether those weights are good for this network or not good. So we have to come back and optimize that weight. We have to come back and optimize this bias term. We have to also see if the activation function we have used is doing the good job. Otherwise we need to change that as well. All those things when you come back. So these 2 things happen is called as forward propagation, and when you come back and try to optimize the parameters, that is known as the backward propagation. To understand backward propagation, you should understand some mathematical concepts really well. For example, what is gradient? What is chain rule of differentiation? How gradient descent works? I will explain you the mathematical concepts in couple of videos, and after that I will tell you how the neural network comes back and adjusts this weight, this bias, and different adjustments are made. If you have any doubts till now, let me know through comment. I'll see you all in the upcoming video with the explanation of mathematical concepts behind backward propagation. Till then, stay safe and take care.